Hey guys, just Jeb here. Ignore my daughter's toy in the background. She's happy right now. But season 6 of Smallville is one of my second favorite seasons of the show. It introduces my favorite character, Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. He brings such a different dynamic to the show. We kind of start to transition from Smallville, the city, to Metropolis. Even though we still call the show Smallville, it's more focused in Metropolis, and I really like that. The show is growing, and it continues to grow. And it introduces one of my second favorite storylines. One of my favorite storylines, the love triangle between these three, where Lex and Lana start to have a relationship, and Clark is jealous, but Lana still has feelings for Clark. Lex is obviously his enemy, and it's just such a cool dynamic. And then let's just break down the season. After Dark Thursday, after Clark escapes the Phantom Zone and releases some of its prisoners and defeats Zod, Clark has to now go on a journey of kind of self-discovery, I guess. He has to deal with the fact of he's been a reactionary hero this entire show. But once he meets Oliver and his Justice League and figure out Lex's experimenting on meteor freaks, metahumans, Clark starts taking an active role as a hero. And it's really cool to see him step up into that active role. So much so that in the mid-season finale, or I think it's the mid-season finale, or maybe it should have been the mid-season finale, Fallout, after he befriends Raya and Raya dies in Fallout, he decides, now I have to start my hero journey. But I can't do it just yet because I have to solve the mess I made with the Phantoms. And it's so cool, and I love the Phantoms, because what the Phantoms do is they take the Freak of the Week concept, but make it more like story driven, and I love that because each Phantom is because of Clark's actions in the first episode. So he's trying to fix that, and it continues all throughout. And like I said, Lex has been experimenting on metahumans. We see this called experiment or level 33.1, and it's so interesting that Lex is trying to start this army of meteor freaks to fight against, like, again, the coming threat of aliens and Zod and whatnot. Clark sees it as humane, the Justice League. We get the Justice League, led by Green Arrow, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, and Pulse. Sorry, that was my daughter coughing in the background, if you couldn't hear. But such an interesting season with a lot of really cool ideas. I love season 6 of Smallville. This is my second favorite season. I wouldn't say it's the second best, but it's definitely one of my top favorites. And I'm excited for next season because I have a lot of special memories with season 7. But I'll talk about that when we get there. Stay tuned for next season.